Hi everyone. So, I guess I'm about to get a little bit more vulnerable and still remain real, like I always do, even some people think I'm not. So I love your comments, by the way, all of them, and your messages you're sending me. There are some very, very nasty comments, of course. You know, that's a natural thing one must accept when one puts themselves out in social media and creates content. And I'm also grateful for these comments because energetically it shows me I'm doing something right. If I only had good comments, that means I'm not doing something right, by the law of polarity. But yeah, it's really it's disturbing. You know, I get really disturbing texts and comments, and because of the nature of what I teach, and most of these disturbing comments come from people who probably didn't even listen to me at all, or didn't actually get the message that I'm trying to give here, to share here. So one of the judgments that people have towards me as a sex priestess, as someone who teaches about sex magic and divine union, is that I haven't slept with enough people. I haven't sucked enough dicks in my life, right? And that's really disturbing. Not for me. I don't care what you think of me. Like, honestly, I'm not in that place anymore. Of course, I'm sensitive and I get hurt, and of course, but it doesn't matter what you think of me. It's disturbing because to see how deeply wounded and programmed people still are, to believe that, many of us have been programmed to believe that how should I put it? Let me talk about women first, okay? Let me talk about women. So a lot of women, we've been so suppressed, our sexuality have been so suppressed, and we've been so traumatized for so long that, we haven't been free. Our sexuality have not been free. It's been in a cage, a very, very dark, masculine cage. And now when we're in this reality that we can express our sexuality, we see the opposite polarization. We see the extreme of women who just think that freedom, sexual freedom, is to sleep with everyone and to fuck around and to be free and to do whatever they want. And that's not freedom. That is not freedom. For very few women, it is. For very few women, I'm sure that I haven't met them yet, to be honest with you. I haven't met women like that, but I want to keep the door open. For some women, it might be the true, authentic expression of their sexuality, and there's nothing wrong with that. I support you. I salute you and I support you. But there are very few women that are probably doing that, and and I'm sorry to use that word, I don't like that word, but just for the sake of explaining what I'm trying to say, being promiscuous, for most women, that's not freedom. That is just, you literally took yourself out of one cage and put yourself in a different prison. Because you are not expressing your full, authentic sexual freedom. You are doing what society, first of all, either what society thinks you should do, right? Or like something like peer pressure or things like that. Or it's just very sad. It's like a woman telling herself, I've been suppressed, so now I'm gonna be free and I'm gonna fuck everyone around because that's my freedom. But it's not real freedom. It's still a shadow, wounded part of yourself, of your feminine, that you have not healed. And it is another program. You see, women in this reality, we got two programs. We got a lot of programs going on, but we got two main kind of like stories that this society keeps literally brainwashing us since the day we're born. From the one side, it's the Eve and Lilith scenario, which I write about in my books and also in the Sex Priestess manual that's coming up. So it's that Eve and Lilith story. It's either you are too sexual, you are too promiscuous, you have no shame, blah 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 blah, you sleep around, blah. So it's that Lilith kind of side, right? And we feel shame and guilt for that. We're being shamed and guilt, feeling shame and guilt for that. And then on the other side, we have the Eve. It's like, you're not sexual enough. You're such a prude. You're so weak. You look at you. You're not attractive. You're not this. You got nothing to offer. So it's another. And again, there's a lot to say about either one of these stories. I'm just gonna give it in a broader perspective. So that's another program. Where are you? Where is your full sexual expression as a woman? I've hung out with a lot of people in the S&M community and open relationships, and I've seen some orgies and things like that, and I've never participated. It's not my thing, but I like to observe. I'm an observer of energy flow, and I am very good at that. That's one of my gifts. I don't have to sleep around with a lot of people to master the truth of sexual divine flow. And in fact, it is because I haven't slept with so many people, and I'm talking just for me. I'm not judging anyone else. I'm talking from my own path. That's what I needed to do the work that I am doing right now. Every woman has her own specific, unique path and light codes that she needs to bring into the world. Perhaps for one woman, she needed to sleep around with a lot of men to understand sexual flow. So I'm talking for myself, right? So it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't move me sexually. Sorry for the noise. It doesn't turn me on. It doesn't inspire me. So, I don't participate in things like that. I don't give my energy. I'm grateful that I got to experience and observe it from afar and still have my energy pure and clean for what I need to do. But my point is, where is your sexual power? Sometimes your sexual power, and we're still with women right now, sometimes your sexual power is to say, fuck yeah, fuck me right now. I don't know you, but I want you to fuck me. If it comes from your wombs, like I need this masculine energy in my body right now. That's what I need. And I know it, and because I'm connected to my body, so I'm gonna have it and I'm gonna enjoy it fully. But sometimes it's like, no, I am that free. I am a free woman who knows exactly who I am, and I don't need that. I'm good, thank you. So the thing about a sex priestess as well is what we learn, and there's a lot of misconception when I say the word sex priestess. You have no idea how many, again, weird texts and email and messages I'm getting from people thinking that because I teach sex magic, I will give them a spell to like make their wife, God, I had like horrible people writing me, like, I'm not gonna go into it, but just horrible spells to make their partner be open and wanna, give them permission to fuck everyone, or things like, inviting me to participate in orgies, or to teach in orgies, or things like that. I'm like, this is not what I do. I teach sacred union. So please listen to what I'm saying before you text me weird things like that. So going back to the sex priestess, a sex priestess has mastered sacred flow and sacred sexuality and her own sexual power to that degree that she walks in her sex, she talks in her sex, she breathes sex all day long. Sex is life. The intercourse that we have with another person, sexual intercourse, that's just like the dessert. That's really great to experience, for me at least, and for sex priestesses. It's not the meat. I am sexual flow right now in every breath I take. I am embodying that life force with truth and integrity and authenticity and power and absolute truth to myself. And that's true freedom. That is true freedom of sexual expression, where I know myself. That's what Jesus said, know thyself. That is the point. To go through your shadow, to go through your light, to know all the unintegrated parts in you, and to bring into union all of you so that you are whole, so that you know your truth and you walk in your truth. And that you don't give away your power and freedom to other people's situations, thinking that it's your freedom, but it's really not. That's another shadow. And I've seen so many people like that. So many people who just literally, all they look for is to fuck everyone else. And they are extremely miserable. And they have no connection to their true divine self. They walk around like zombies. Because they give away their life force so much, and they're wasting it, and not just wasting it, they're mixing it in such a chaotic way that all they're getting back is untruth. And then they're even more disconnected from themselves and more disconnected from themselves. And so I really want you to take a minute to think about, not to think, to feel what true sexual freedom of expression means to you. And I know I've only talked about women so far, but it's kind of the same for men, even though it's a little different. And I don't know if I'm gonna speak of it right now, but I feel like for men it's a little deeper, and it's actually a little more difficult conversation, because the masculine has been absolutely programmed as well. Men have been so programmed, so disconnected from their hearts. And remember, the masculine's core power is the heart, not the penis, not the sexual core. The core power of the woman is the sexual center. So sexual freedom of expression is so much more important for women. For men, it is more important to connect to the heart and to enjoy their sexuality from the heart, from understanding their divine masculine way of being, which is this pure channel of light with one point of attraction, meaning you find your temple, you find your goddess, you give her your all from your heart. When you do that, your sexual expression and freedom and pleasure would be so much more expanded, and you'll be able to even go deeper into yourself. I'm talking for both partners. You'll be able to go deeper into yourself. When you have that safe container of a sacred union, that is pure freedom. That is absolute pure freedom. Freedom is not going and fucking around many different people. That's not freedom. That's another prison for your mind that you've put yourself in. And again, maybe for some people on this planet, that's the path. Awesome. But all I'm asking you to is to really know yourself and choose that path, whether if it's creating a sacred union with a partner. You cannot create sacred unions with multiple partners. I know many people in the spiritual community really want to believe that, and they follow teachers who say you can do that because they tell you what you want to hear, but it's not the way it works. That is why, also, by the way, my first level of Sex Magic School, of the Sex Magic School, Sex Magic Evolution book, that 300-page book, which people have, someone wrote a comment like, oh, most of that book is not even about sex. You did not get the book. And please don't read my book. Because what I'm trying to teach you people, as well as myself, because I'm a student myself as I go, is to create sacred unions. And the way to do that is not to jump straight to the, oh, let's do it in this position, and light a candle here. And that's not how it works. I am taking you through the real initiation. And the real initiation happens within yourself first. You must create a sacred union within yourself. And so there are all these steps, all that program, all initiation, in order to bring you to that place that you can actually create a sacred union. And so from most of the pages, maybe it won't seem like it's about sex, because you don't know what sex is. Because when I say the word sex, most people think it's a penis in a vagina, or a vagina with a vagina, whatever it is. Sex is life force. You cannot master sexual flow if you have not mastered, first of all, true magic and true understanding of universal laws, and understanding your own life force. And so I am taking you to the actual path. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take commitment. It's gonna take integrity. This path of the temple of Isis and Lilith does not, there's no room for bullshit here. There's no room for bullshit. And I'm not here to be liked by you. I am here, and my mission is to bring truth and sacred union into the world, so that animals and children are free, and so that men and women are finally happy in unions and create love and light and pleasure and walk the path of true pleasure and union, and not just this game that we're all playing here. So I know I'm very passionate about this, so sometimes you may feel that. And I'm not going to apologize for that, because that is my loving fire that I'm aiming at you right now. So all I am bringing you, maybe trying to inspire you, is to not give away your freedom and your power to external people or forces anymore. A lot of women think that, if I get sexually turned on, I have to do something about it. Like, it must be because of a guy that's turning me on, or a girl that's turning me on, or a porn, or something external. A sex priestess knows and understands and lives. It's beyond knowing. It's like you're already embodying it. That's why you go through initiation, in the temple. You're embodying that. I am turn on. I am sexual power. It's from within me, and it's from me that I'm sending it to the world. I don't need anything external. I don't need to go to the sex party and sleep with everyone to be turned on. I don't need to have multiple partners, because I am the fucking temple. And I know myself. And if one day I want to sleep with all these people because it's my truth and it's my power and it will fill me up, I will do that. But it's because of my own truth. I know myself. I'm not putting myself in another prison of the mind. It is time for freedom and truth inside of us and in the world that we're living in. And I demand nothing less than that. I demand nothing less than that from myself and from people around me and from how I do my work. And I ask you and I invite you to not take nothing less than that yourself, of pure truth and freedom from within you. I'm Luna Aura. I am a priestess of the temple. I am a servant of the Mother. I am the embodiment of the Mother on earth, and I pray for the awakening of all men, women, and children on planet Earth. Thank you.